Hello, welcome, gorgeous beings of light. This is Elmara coming to you with our 100 Miracles in 100 Days project, plus the Effortless Manifesting and Awareness Activation. Quickie. Just take a big breath in for me. And let it out with a sigh. And I thought we'd do today's activation at dawn. I'm not sure if you can hear all the cacophony of birds singing and waking up to the day. But I'm trusting that you can and that I get it on a recording because I won't be at this property much longer. So just breathe. Actually, I got this idea on the day 24 when the birds were just like so magnificent, more magnificent. This is like they were sitting over the top of our house. And I was like, I was enjoying it so much. I went, I really, really want to do that for day 25 because it'll be, quarter of the way through. And of course it was pouring rain and it wasn't a bird song audible through all the rain the very next day. So the moral of that story is you should do things in the moment when they present, not try and control it all. And I'll have a little tiny miracle to explain all that just a little bit further on as well. But since 5 a.m. in the morning, I thought I would share with you the magic that happens at dawn as the world is waking up. And that dawn, and that at dawn and at dusk are the two most powerful times on earth to be meditating or trying to manifest something, because there's more energy present at that time. Dawn is usually better than dusk because everybody's always hurrying home from work then, so the day is still fresh and hasn't got a whole pile of negativity built up on earth by then. So just breathe, bring your awareness in. When you feel that you are connected internally, you can return your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. I really trust you can hear some of those birds singing outside, and that more will come as we now do our quickie awareness activation. So please bring your awareness into your body. Your beautiful, beautiful body, the temple of your soul. And all the things you know about your body to be true at this point in time. So your height, weight, shape, age, hair color, skin color, eye color, and all of your gripes as well. Too short, too tall, too bald, leg aches, back aches, headaches. And just throw that all out the window or out the door into another room and just breathe. Breathe into the magnificence of who you truly are. See if you can sense yourself a little bit lighter without all those stories about your body. Rattling around inside of you, and breathe. Follow the breath in through the nose, hold it for as long as it's comfortable, and then out through the nose again. And bring your awareness now into your identity. All the things you know about you. Your name, address, phone number, occupation, kids, cats, dogs, pets, family, occupation, I think I may have said that, degrees, everything, your house, your car, everything that identifies you as you in this life, and toss that out the window or out the door and breathe. See if you can sense yourself just being a little bit lighter now without all that stuff going on. Breathe. Now bring your awareness into all of your feelings, all your emotions, and all your opinions on things, good or bad. Especially all of those feelings, emotions, or opinions that have kind of defined you. I'm a happy person, I'm a positive person. I'm a sad person, I've got depression, I've got anxiety, pissed off about the war in the world, all the bullies in the world, all of that stuff. Just throw it out the window or into another room and just see if you can sense the purity that exists underneath all the physical stuff. The pure God source that you are underneath all of that stuff. Similar to the purity that's going on right now at dawn, just outside my window with all of the birds singing. All of the bugs waking up and singing their song and adding to that gorgeous, gorgeous music of dawn that's there for us every morning. Most of us are just snoozing through it. Breathe. See if you can sense all of the joy and bliss that's waking up in your being without all those stories and opinions, feelings and emotions going on. Breathe. Now bring your awareness into your thoughts, your conscious mind, your unconscious mind and your subconscious mind. Toss those out the window or out the door into another room as well and just breathe. Feel what it's like to have a quiet mind. Just sense the magnificence of who you truly are underneath all of that stuff. And again, if you're fairly new to this today, my advice is to go back to day 1 and do the full activation. It'll make more sense to you. But we're trusting that you can feel some of your awesome soul, your awesome divine I am presence, the beauty of you that exists underneath all the stories. And if you can't feel anything, don't say, I can't feel anything. Ask, what can I feel? What can I feel? And just breathe and let it go. It might just mean you need to do a little bit more work to clear some of your density. And just because you can't feel anything doesn't mean that something truly powerful isn't happening for you. And it's a really cool way the ego uses to stop you sensing anything by going, I can't feel anything. And if you've been on your journey just a little while, you'll realize it's your ego that throws you off track quite a number of times. Just tell your ego to take a back seat. That you experience the wealth of who you are underneath all of the stories. And bring your awareness now, please, into your mind. Sorry, not your mind, your heart, just on our mind. Into your beautiful, beautiful heart. And ask your heart to seek and find, gather and bind all of the heartache you've got stored in there and all of the heartbreak you have stored somewhere in there as well. So all the times that you've been heartbroken or feel like you've had a broken heart, and these things can happen just in our normal part of our life. When a loved one dies, when a precious pet dies, when our grandparents move away, or whatever it is, it's all just part of life. But unfortunately, we keep those things stuck down inside of us, inside of our heart. And then on top of all that, we put a big wall around our heart so that we won't get hurt again, which is ridiculous, really, because we all know that that doesn't work. So I want you to get all of your heartache, all of your heartbreak, and that heart wall, and toss that out the window or out the door, and just breathe. Let all of the love that actually is inside of your heart your heart has been proven to be like 5,000 times at least Some cases 100,000 times and 1,000,000 times more powerful than your mind. So getting your heart open and flowing and tossing that heart wall out the window and experiencing life fully, passionately, will go a long way to helping you manifest your goals and dreams as well. And breathe. And tap into the 99% untapped pure potential, pure God source that you really are, and that for centuries all the scientists said was junk space, junk DNA. But thanks to the scientists turned spiritualists like Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, and many more now, that have all said to you, that have all said or recognized, this is the 99% that's connected to pure God source, if that's what you want to call it. Quantum intelligence, quantum consciousness. Bottom line is that it's connected to all time and space, all dimensions of light, all universes, galaxies, star systems, the whole entire everything exists within that 99.39% space. And doesn't it make sense that if you want to manifest anything, that you would use this energy of the entire universe, and it becomes effortless when you incorporate this instead of running around trying to control it all in your little 1% or less than 1%. Just breathe. Tap into that pure God source, supreme intelligence, universal intelligence, divine oneness, God, Goddess, quantum consciousness, quantum field. God, it's got hundreds of names. Just pick one that you like and activate it within your cells or your being. And you will be able to sense after a very short while of doing this work and activating your awareness every day, checking in throughout the day to make sure you're still fully connected to this awareness. There will come a point where your ego takes the back seat because it's no longer frightened. It's no longer trying to tell you how to run your life, because this magnificent God source that you truly are is in the driver's seat. And we need our egos to write books, to run businesses, to, get the kids ready for school, etc., etc. But your mind should be a servant to your master being your pure God source, and not the other way around. For most people, the 1% is running the show. 99% of your energy is tied up in the 1%, and you need to change that back. So that 99% of your energy is tied up in this, your divine I am presence, your magnificence within, the infinite, eternal, rich, abundant, gorgeous, gorgeous, sexy, radiant, beautiful, powerful, beyond measure part of you. Breathe. This is who you truly are. It's from here that you can go, how can I? Doesn't matter what follows that, really. How can I manifest $100,000 right now? How can I manifest $1 million right now? How can I manifest $1 billion right now? How can I serve humanity in a greater way? How can I own my own home? How can I have a fit and healthy, strong and powerful, lean and flexible body? Just breathe. And my recommendation is choose one. Just choose one at the moment. Just, and, you know, don't go do, you know, God, could you show me how to make $1 trillion? Where the first thing you really need to do is just make $10,000. Because you will turn your life upside down. Because if you believe that you were worth that $1 trillion already, you would have it. And you are worth that. But it's all the limiting thoughts that stop you from getting there. But if you connect to your awesome awareness every day like this, this is the part of you that will help you create such magnificence that is beyond what your little limited thoughts and mind thinks is possible. Breathe. This isn't half as beautiful, the birds singing. I'm hoping you can hear them. The kookaburras just went off down the hill. There they were on the 24th when they're all just completely surrounding my property here. Breathe. So it shows you that when you get an intuitive hit, you should do it in the moment. Not try and control it like I did. Because here we are now at day 27. There was the magpies just singing. I so love Magpie's song. It's so beautiful. Somewhere, I think actually on this channel, maybe I'll just load it again. There's a conversation that I'm having with a magpie on a park bench while I was waiting for my car to be fixed in Bermagui quite a number of years ago. So it's really quite sweet. This magpie came to sat alongside of me, was wanting some food. I'll see if I can find it and I'll load it later today as well. Breathe. I have no idea how long this has gone, but I just really wanted to share the magic of dawn with you all. And I want to share this little tiny miracle that happened yesterday, and it happens often to me. It's a big thing now. Most people know if they ask for a car park, they can get it. I've been doing it for decades. I remember living in Melbourne and needing to get a park outside the Nepalese consulate in Melbourne, where there was only 2 parks, and then outside the Indian consulate to get my Indian visa, and there was only 4 parks there, and only one of them had a tree. It was a stick hot day, like 44 degrees Celsius, so over boiling point. And I got one of the only 2, when everybody's going, don't drive, catch a tram. And when I don't know the trams, I'm driving. And I did get one of the 2 parks outside the Nepalese consulate. Then when I drove across the bridge to the Kookaburra's blessing, over the bridge to the Indian consulate, there's 4 parks there and one of them had a tree, and I got the one with the tree. So you can have anything you want. You've just got to ask for it. And sometimes, as what happened yesterday, you get even more than what you asked for. That's what happened when I got the park with the tree at the Indian consulate. Excuse me, more than a decade ago when I was getting my Indian visa. So yesterday, I need to go shopping. It's not stinking hot, but it's warmish. And it really does make a big difference in Queensland if you get a park under a tree or you get a park in the sunshine. It makes a difference to getting all your cold things home as well. So before I leave, and it's always good, people always want to park right there and then, and you can do that. I've sometimes been heard yelling, God, get your ass out here, and I know that's, because I know God's within me, but find me a parking spot, and of course one appears. So all those people who think that God's a judgmental God, you got it wrong. Because I can tell you in some of my darkest moments, I've been cursing my head off, and God has never ever said, oh, you've just been too insular and I'm not giving you that parking spot or whatever. So some of my biggest breakthroughs have come when I've been mad as all blazes and demanding help, and it comes because that's me. I am that powerful source, and I've commanded to the universe what I want. But anyway, back to yesterday's story. So before I leave, in where I do my grocery shopping, there's very few tree parks. Well, actually, that's not true. There's a lot, but they're usually all gone. And most of them are quite a way away from the shopping centre. But there is a small, as you come into the shopping centre, there is a thing of only 6 or 7 parks. There's 3 on one side and 4 on the other. There's under these big batch trees. And I always ask if I can have a car park there. So before I'm leaving, God, can you get me a car park there under the shade of the tree? That would be awesome, because it's about midday before I'm getting out to do my shopping. I drive in, and all 6 of those parks are gone. And I just hear them say, keep driving. And there was one park that was opposite the entry to the shopping centre, but it was in full sun. And I just heard them go, just keep driving. So I just drove another, not even 10 metres, and there was this guy pulling out of a park that was fully shaded under a big tree. And because they also had, listen to this, a trolley rack alongside of it, there was really only the one car space and a little bit on the one next to it that was getting all of the shade. And this guy was pulling out of this car park, the one with the 100% shade. So I just pulled in and I just went, oh God, thank you. It was closer to the entrance of the shopping centre, right next door to a place to put your trolleys. And I didn't even know that park existed really, because I was always trying to get one a little bit earlier. So, and I remember just smiling and going, thank you, thank you, thank you. The moral of that story is, ask for what you want and just be open to something better showing up. So if I had chucked in the old days, I would have chucked a loopy if I hadn't got what I wanted. But now, if you stay connected to your 100% or your 99% awareness, pure God source is always looking for the best, the absolute best for you. So ask for what you want, but let it go. And then if what you want doesn't show up exactly as you want, don't get all cranky. Just stay, like I used to years ago, just stay open and see what shows up next. Now, the next thing I want to say to you, which people need to get a handle on, if you can manifest a car park right out the front. So I'm really good at going, hey God, I want to park right out the front of here. Hey God, I want to park right out the front of the, Nepalese consulate. And one of my students were going, oh, Elle, there's only 2 parks in that whole street. You'll never get one. I went, well, you wouldn't, but I will. And she's like, no, catch the bus, catch the train. No, I don't know the bus to the train. I'm driving into town, besides the fact that it was 44 degrees and I couldn't have thought of anything worse than getting bloomin' lost on trams and buses or whatever. And I also just don't take those because of the amount of energy that's in them. That's just way too heavy for me. So, and I did. I got a park right out the front. There's only two of them, and I got one of them. That's the power that exists within you. But what I wanted to say to you is, and I had never been to any of those places. I'd never been to the Nepalese consulate, and I'd never been to the Indian consulate. So I didn't know what they look like to pre-visualize them. So, like that. So I didn't know there was only 4 parks opposite the Indian consulate, and only one of them had a tree. And as it turned out, they took bloody forever to get to me. It was only a half-hour park in the Indian one, and I just kept going out and feeding my meter and putting lots of gold light around my car and making it invisible to parking inspectors. None of them came along. I was there for about an hour and a half, I think, before I finally got served. None of them came along. And I do that also too. That's another groovy thing that you can do. If you've got money in a meter and your meter's running out but you're going to be late, just ask Source to put gold light around your car and make it invisible until you can get back to it. People go, oh, I remember a guy giving me hell once, going, oh, she thinks she can control the parking meters or whatever, or the, speeding people who charge you fines. And I just said to him, ask me when was the last, and I said to him, when was the last time that I got a parking fine or a speeding fine? And he said to me, I don't know. I said, neither do I, because it's been decades, mate. He didn't know what to say to that. So just let other people have their limited thoughts, but you don't have to have them too. You don't have to have them too. But what I wanted to say to you is this, and I'm going to leave you with this today. If you can manifest, and a lot of people go, I can manifest a park right out the front of myself. If you can manifest a park right out the front of anywhere you want to go, the truth is you can manifest anything. God source, pure God source, your angels, whoever it is that you work with or want to work with, they don't know the difference between a parking spot and $1 million, a parking spot and your own beautiful home. It's only you that knows the difference of that, and it's your self-worth that stops you saying, God, can I please have my perfect home? God, can I please have whatever? God, can you please help me find my soulmate? It is you. It is just you and your limited little mind that stops you from having everything. If you can manifest a car park, you can manifest anything. Yes, it's really good to start with car parks, but please don't get stuck on car parks 10 years later, 5 years later, or even 5 minutes later. Once you recognize that you can manifest a car park, that you can orchestrate the whole entire universe to do that for you, it makes no difference to them whether they're organising a car park, whether they're organising you a beautiful new home to live in, or organising you $1 million in clients in 2023. What do you really want? And stop thinking small. You can have everything you've ever desired. Let's breathe. Of course, it's on the tip of my tongue to say, you're not going to get any of that if you think that money is evil, which a lot of spiritual people do, and we might leave that conversation until tomorrow. Oh my God, this has gone on so long, so long. But by God, it's been worth it. I've had my eyes shut this entire time, and I've just picked up my phone now. I'm so grateful to have all of this magic of dawn on this activation today, and I hope you are too. Breathe in as we bring it to a close. Remember the magnificence of who you truly are. And give yourself this time every morning to start your day this way. And if you can get out of bed and do it, even better. Get out of bed early. See what a difference it makes to your day. Just do it for a week and see what happens. Alrighty, love, love, love. My deepest love and richest blessings to you all. And bye for now.